have here is our ORP meter, and this will measure the ORP of our different water samples. So let me start by measuring our tap water. Our tap water is around positive 700. Now this is your purified water. Again, regardless the brand, if you don't see a negative sign there, that means it's positive. The more higher the reading, the more oxidizing or aging it causes your body. And when the ORP is 300 mark and above, it causes significant aging to your body already. Now this is your sports drinks. This is your soda. What have you noticed there? Now I'm gonna get a sample of our Japanese Kangen water here so that we will know the ORP of this water. Now this is soda, and when I transfer the probe to our Kangen water, I want you to notice there's already a negative sign there. And the ORP of our Kangen water is around negative 800. If you remember in our chart, your vitamin C is just around negative 50. But with a glass, with a cup of our Kangen water, you'll be getting more than 10 times potency than your vitamin C. Now I have here a pH test liquid to measure the pH of our different kinds of water. So again, this is your tap water here. You also have here your purified water. You have your distilled water, your sports drinks, your soda, and of course your Kangen water there. And you can see that again, not all water created equal. Now this is your tap water. If you can notice here, most of our filtered or purified water are acidic. This is your purified water because we want to filter out the tap water. All the natural minerals are out from the water. That's why it becomes acidic. Distilled water, on the other hand, is dead water. It has zero minerals in it and it doesn't really hydrate us. You also have here your sports drinks, which is very acidic, and your soda. Now, if you are drinking acidic water and eating acidic food, then all of your degenerative diseases are out there. Too much acid waste inside your body equals to sickness. And if you can notice our Kangen water there, it's purple. It's highly alkaline and beneficial for our body.
So the last thing I want to talk about is the microclustering of the water. It's basically a fancy word for tiny water. When you heat water up, it becomes so small that pretty soon it becomes steam. That's exactly why we need hot water to make tea. So let's go ahead and make some green tea. And so the first thing that I noticed when I started drinking Kangen water was that I didn't get all full and bloated. This water doesn't sit in your stomach, it immediately hits your entire system really quickly. Let's go ahead and make some green tea. And we can use Aquafina first, right? What you'll notice is that it's not going to make green tea simply because it's not hot. It's not small enough to hydrate the tea bag. Kangen water is actually so small that it will immediately make green tea. Look at this. Instant green tea. That's exactly why when we drink bottled water, we get really full, really bloated, right? And let's try to make it with Fiji this time. Nothing. Now, Kangen water, again, since it's so tiny, it's going to instantly brew green tea. If you're a coffee lover, if you like to drink tea, BCAAs, pre-workout, let's just say that this is your coffee and tea, and this is your vitamins and your supplements, your pre-workout, and what they do is they actually just dilute it. We're literally wasting our money if we're mixing our vitamins and supplements with the wrong water. Now, again, Kangen water hydrates the body faster, it helps us to detox, but it also helps us absorb more nutrients. This is what it'll do to your vitamins, your supplements, your protein, your BCAAs, your pre-workout, your energy. It's going to enhance anything that you put with it. What's crazy is there is tea in these cups. You're just not drinking the right water to really pull those nutrients out. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? There's no tea left in that cup, right? When you drink the right water, you're going to bring out those nutrients that you didn't know were there. Look at that. freaked me out the first time I saw it. Remember, this is one machine that makes 5 different types of water. So the Kangen water is alkalized, loaded with antioxidants, helps you detox and hydrate faster. Then you have clean water that's actually really good for baby formula, baby food, and even taking medication. One of our most popular waters, especially for you ladies watching, is the beauty water. It's the same pH as your skin, so you can actually use it as a facial toner, and you can also use it as a setter for all your makeup. Ulta, Sephora, they sell this stuff for like $30 a bottle, and your machine makes it for free. My favorite are gonna be these two. This is the 2.5 strong acidic water, which is actually so powerful that it can kill staph, mold, mildew, fungus, E. coli, salmonella. It's amazing for eczema, psoriasis, cuts, scrapes, burns, diaper rash. It could replace your Lysol, your Clorox, your Mr. Clean, and it's 100% free of all those harsh toxic chemicals. And so this is the 11.5 strong Kangen. So what we use it on primarily is cleaning in the kitchen to get rid of that tough grease, as well as cleaning your fruits and vegetables to get rid of the pesticides. So I actually have some cherry tomatoes right here, okay? And so what most people do is they go to the store, they buy their cherry tomatoes or all their fresh produce, and they go ahead and they rinse it in tap water. On this side, we're gonna go ahead and just put regular tap water. On this other side, we're gonna put the 11.5 strong Kangen water. We're gonna go ahead and put this one right here on this side. And we're just gonna go ahead and let them sit. While our cherry tomatoes are cleaning, I'm actually gonna show you what's happening to them as we speak. So I actually have some dark sesame oil, and we all know what happens when you mix oil and water, right? When you mix oil and water, they don't mix. We have some sesame oil right here and right here. And I'm using this one because it's dark and it's really easy for us to see. Oil and water don't mix. It's a fact of life. We've known that since what? Elementary school, middle school, and science, okay? Oil, water, don't mix. Look at that. It broke down the oil. It completely emulsified it. This is exactly why people are detoxing their body, lowering their cholesterol, lowering their blood pressure. A lot of people are losing weight just by switching the water that they're drinking. If it can do that to our dark, thick sesame oil, imagine what it could do to our fruits and vegetables. Okay, so again, on this side, we have tap water. And this is what you're taking off your fruits and vegetables when you use regular tap water. Nothing. And this is what you take off when you use the 11.5 strong Kangen water. Look at that. Isn't that disgusting? Look at this. When I saw this, I couldn't consciously go back to giving this to my family. What is that? That's not green tea. That's atrazine. Google atrazine and see what it does to the body. This stuff is terrible for you, and I know for a fact that I don't want to be serving that to my family.
I've had the great fortune in my life to have graduated from one of the finest medical schools in the world, Harvard. I was trained in the Harvard residency program. I've spent my entire professional career affiliated with that institution. One of the best things, next to being affiliated with this great institution, has been my discovery of Kangen water. Many processes within our bodies produce free radicals. Free radicals are entities that have lost an electron. They are positively charged. They come from the breakdown of foods, from the breakdown of toxins, and they enter our bloodstream. These free radicals are potentially harmful to cells. They will attach themselves, for example, to the lining cell of an artery. And when they do, they will produce an injury. That injury will create a response in the body trying to heal it. Platelets will come from the blood and try to plug that injury. And in the process of making a clot, in the process of then bringing in scavenger cells to repair the damage, the blood vessel is damaged. That's one of the theories of atherogenesis. Antioxidants have become very, very popular because they are electron donors. And when they meet a free radical, that free radical gets what it wants. It gets its electron. and it's neutralized. Now, the oxidation reduction potential of Kangen water is gigantic. It's about 30 times greater than the famous green tea. Everyone knows about green tea being a profoundly good antioxidant. Fruits, vegetables are considered antioxidants. Kangen water at a pH of 9.5 can have a negative, which is an electron donating reduction potential of up to 600 millivolts. It's measured in millivolts. You couldn't eat enough fruits and vegetables to get anywhere near that amount into your system. So it's a very, very beneficial thing to our health. I find that drinking Kangen water is satisfying because it quenches one's thirst. One is able to drink a lot more because you don't get that bloated feeling. It is as if the water is very much more quickly absorbed. And there are studies that have shown that from the Japanese literature that the water starts being absorbed in the distal esophagus before it even hits the stomach, is absorbed in the stomach, and then by the time the duodenal sweep has been reached, it's practically already totally absorbed. Acid reflux, as you know, is a huge problem in our country. People who are obese tend to have it because their stomach and their gastroesophageal junction gets shoved up into the chest, their lower esophageal sphincter isn't tight, and the esophagus is squamous epithelium. It's a different lining from the stomach, and it doesn't tolerate acid. So when the valve that connects the stomach to the esophagus, that interconnection doesn't function, the acid suddenly starts bathing this lining of the esophagus in acid, and it can't tolerate it. It's painful. People have that terrible sour taste in their back of their throat. The Japanese have done a tremendous amount of work on using ionized water for wound care. There's a lot published in the Japanese literature and also now in American literature about using pH 2.5 water for bactericidal purposes. Staph aureus, for example, cannot survive in 2.5 pH water. The kill ratios are dramatic for this, and so it stands to reason that this would be beneficial for contaminated wounds or even infected wounds. The Japanese, for example, treat diabetic ulcers with ionized water with a low pH and find that to be extremely successful. They also have published a lot on it, and the before and after pictures are very dramatic. The pH 2.5 water has tremendous antibacterial properties against both gram-negative and gram-positive organisms. One of the things that you learn is called primum non nocere. Above all, do no harm. That is the duty of a physician. It dates back to Hippocrates. None of us want to do harm. What we should do, and I think when we're convinced of something that is really truly good for people, we should go and recommend it to people. There is so much evidence that we're doing good. Look at Japan. The country of Japan has the highest consumption of ionized water in the world. Now, I'm not saying it is necessarily a direct effect, but they are also number one in overall health care in the world and number one in longevity in the world. When we compare that to the United States, we're number 38 in longevity and in overall health. The Cubans have better health than we do.
In Japan, they have a saying, Mizuo Kayareba, Jinsei ga kawaru. Translated, change your water, change your life.